So here we have question number 33. So it states that sine of 2x is equal to cosine of x. We want to solve this. And so looking at this, if you recall from one of my previous lessons, sine of 2x, right, is equal to 2 sine of x times cosine of x, right? That's the double angle rule right here for sine. So it's just 2 times sine of x times cosine of x. Even if you forget this, if you recall the other rule, sine of, say sine of, I don't know, y plus z, well that is equal to sine of y, right? And then you have cosine of z plus cosine of y sine of z. This is the same thing, but obviously here we have, so this is sine of 2x, right? So here we have a variable that is the same, right? So that would just be saying sine of y cosine of y plus cosine of y sine of y. Well, that's just 2 sine of y cosine of y. So here we have 2 sine of x cosine of x, right? That is equal to cosine of x, but we can bring the cosine of x here. So minus cosine of x is equal to 0, right? And now looking at this, we see that cosine of x clearly factors out. So cosine of x, we can move it here, and so cosine of x times 2 sine of x, and then we have minus 1 here, must equal 0, right? And so this is what we have over here. Now we can say that cosine of x is equal to 0, and then we have, so we have sine of x is equal to 1/2. So we have these two equations over here, and so solving this we get x is equal to pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, and that makes sense because on the unit circle for pi over 2 and for 3 pi over 2, they're going to be somewhere, so pi over 2 is here, 3 pi over 2 is here, and looking at your x coordinate at these 2 points, it is 0. And again, cosine of x refers to that x coordinate. So x is equal to pi over 2 and comma 3 pi over 2 satisfies this over here, and then you have your other one being sine of x is equal to 1/2. Well, x is equal to pi over 6, right? That's just the reference angle, and then obviously in the second quadrant we can have 1 because we have a positive value of sine of x, right? So in the second quadrant, having a reference angle of pi over 6, we get the value 5 pi over 6. So our final answers here to this equation are x is equal to pi over 2, comma 3 pi over 2, pi over 6, comma 5 pi over 6. So that's question number 33. Thanks for watching.